Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the OD Sportscast. I'm your host, Dak,
And I'm Oliver.
and we'll just dive right into this wonderful episode this week. Both of us were busy Sunday, so we couldn't get an episode recorded then, but we're recording it today on Monday, the 3rd. But yeah, I'll go right into it. I just want to see your reaction to some of these NBA 2K ratings real fast, Oliver. So
I do know they got released today.
So I'll show you 3.1 first, which I think is really interesting. The top 10 three-point shooters in NBA 2K27, in which obviously the no-brainer is Stephen Curry. It makes, it wouldn't make, it makes zero sense that he wouldn't obviously have a 99-3. But I'm a little questionable in this top 5 a little bit and how they look like they're kind of respecting Damian Lillard a little bit. But let me go down the list and see what you think altogether. So Curry 99, no brainer. Con Canepa led in 3-point percentage for rookies last season, has a 94, which is obviously it doesn't surprise me. Duncan Robinson and Luke Kennard have a 93, which I'm a little questionable about. I mean, my takeaway from this is at least Dame's still top 5, but he only has a 93 three ball. That's a little questionable. And then to round out this list, you got Anthony Edwards at a 92, tied with both Luka and KD. And then the last two to round out this top 10 list is Max Strus and Sam Merrill of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, I mean, what do you think about this list, Oliver? Do you think it's an okay list, or do you think Dame should have been a little higher? What do you think?
I think the list is fine. The first thing I see is that all the top tens are like 90 plus, which, as far as I'm aware, I think there are only like 3 people in 2K26 which were like 90 plus naturally. I might be wrong about that, but I mean, they seem to have inflated it more in previous years, which, I mean, whatever. I mean, they've inflated the ratings for a while now. Um, uh, Curry at 99, that makes sense. He's going to be a 99 3-point shooter until the year he retires.
Yeah.
Con number 4. Uh, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, he did break
Con
the
Canepa?
yeah, Con Canoople. He broke the rookie 3-point record, which got on him. I
And
don't
I think
see
he did
why he would slow
this.
down,
True,
but
true.
I'm still skeptical on if he's the second best pure shooter in the league right now. I could be very wrong about that. I do think Damian Lillard is better than him. I think I Doncic, whatever. I don't know. I guess Anthony Edwards is fine being there. Duncan Robinson and Luke Kennard, which are like the other 2 players in the top 10, top 5. I meant that are like less good, like they're more role players.
Yeah.
It's fair. Luke Kennard had a really underrated season.
True.
Duncan Robinson, I think, is like 3 or 4 steps too high. Luke Kennard, I think, should be below Damian Lillard. Although
it's a switch Lillard and Luke Kennard around.
I would I think Lillard's a little bit too low. I would put him at 3 or 4 on this list probably. To be fair, and I mean, this is a little bit of a tangent on like how I think he'll be IRL.
Yeah.
I mean, he
I'm
did
not
win the
being-
3-point contest,
True.
but he's old. He's coming off an Achilles tear, and I mean, this is just my pessimistic side speaking. I don't really expect a super crazy season. I expect like 3rd or 4th best player on the team type of. Well, okay, that's a bit harsh. I don't expect like an all-star season out of him, nor do I expect like one of the best like top 3 shooting percentage in the league.
Yeah.
I think he'll shoot above average.
Okay.
And my hope is at least like 17, 18 points a night. That's my hope / prediction. Well, and because I like his role, he's not going to be on ball as much anymore. I don't think, especially because
I think Jaw's
here
there.
and Denny has
Denny's
built
there.
that role.
Yeah.
I mean, rounding out the list, Kevin Durant at 92. I don't think Kevin Durant belongs in the top 10.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who I'd replace him with. I don't know. I feel like Kevin Durant's gonna he's gonna regress. I feel like, and then I mean the
Probably.
two other Cavs
You
that
think?
then I probably in fact, well, it's tough to say because I mean it's NBA 2K. It's not relevant to real life. Max
True.
Strus and
It's
Sam
not
Merrill
great.
at 9 and 10. Whatever, I can accept that. I think it's a fine ranking. I don't think it's wildly abhorrent. It's just they're inflating their ratings more and more, which
Yeah.
um, and I think a couple minor things could be switched around.
Yeah. Well, and I agree with you a little bit. I think the way I think this list should be formatted a little bit is it should go Curry, Con, Lillard, Kennard, and then Duncan Robinson would take KD's spot or be bounced out of the top 10 with KD. Like,
Yeah,
yes, KD's KD, but you have to realize he's also old and he's, what, about 2 years older than
he's like
Lillard?
he's yeah
So,
he's like 37 or something right now, ain't he?
30, about to turn 38, yeah. So,
Oh, wow, yeah,
yeah, he's 2 years older than Lillard. Lillard's 36. That just
yeah. I mean,
kind of goes to show.
I feel like
I just
they
don't like that
should.
they put Lillard
I
that
think
low.
they
I
should just.
personally think that he should be a 95 or 94.
Yeah, I think put Lillard at the 3, maybe like make him like. What I would do is I would actually lower the ratings on everyone else on this list by like 2 or 3 and make it slightly steeper of a drop off. So that
Okay.
Con would be like a 92 or 91 or something, and then have Lillard at like one spot behind him at number 3 or something, or like the same overall. Because like a lot of these are tied, I see.
Yeah.
So I guess technically Lillard's already the third. um,
Yeah.
but I mean I don't know how that works though in 2K. So it's a fine list.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to this other list I have here, which is the top
It
vertical
was
dunks.
it's the dunking, yeah.
Top vertical dunks. So the top vertical dunks in NBA 2K27 are the following. This is the top 10. Amen Thompson, 99. Some of these are rookies from this year's class. So Mavericks have someone named Toby Lowell. I don't
Toby
know.
Lowell,
Yeah.
probably bench role player.
Yeah. Both 99s.
Cool.
Asar has a 98,
Cameron
which
Carr,
Cameron Carr 98,
I
Anthony
think.
Edwards 97, Donovan Mitchell 97, Andrew Wiggins 97, John Morant 97. I'm so glad they kept him at a high dunking rating. Zach LaVine, I slightly disagree, and same thing for Zion, just because two specific reasons why. I'll give my opinion real fast on Zion. Zion has played sporadic games through his about to be his 8th season in the league thus far. He's played sporadic games. It's hard for him to stay healthy, and his only good ability is dunking, to be honest. Like, he's not a 3-point shooter. He's not. He's more of an in paint, obviously, power forward finisher, but he just the problem is with him is that he needs to stay healthy, but as you can see he's really trying, but last few seasons just has not been great. Zach LaVine, I'll address this real quick. He played on a pretty crap ass team, and he also was out half of the season with like surgery recovery, if I remember correctly, with like
Yeah,
a
I think that's right.
finger or whatever, and so he missed significant time. And to put him in 97, I think that's a little high. But otherwise, this list that isn't the rookies, I agree with. I'm just happy that Josh stayed at 97. Yes, let me phrase it like this. Yes, he missed half of the season because he was injured. He came back, played a little bit longer before Memphis shut him down for the season. and said, "Nope, we're done playing. We're just going to tank to get a top draft pick." But I'm just glad that it goes to show that 2K believes that John Morant can still be a high performing dunker like he was a few years ago, and so that could also transition for the Blazers when you're playing them in 2K or seeing them IRL. But otherwise, this list I think is pretty solid. I would probably move out of just pure funs and giggles. I would put Asar at number 2, just behind his brother, just because why not? The rookies, I would put down a little bit lower. Then again, it is vertical dunking, but I would put them lower. Anthony Edwards should be higher, in my opinion. One of the best dunkers. Same with Donovan Mitchell. I would put Andrew Wiggins lower, and then I would keep Ja where he's at. But yeah, what do you think about this list?
Certainly, I mean, make much more evenly, much higher, more closer together than the 3 point, which is fair. No complaints about that. Amen, I do believe deserves the number one spot. Lawal, I'm gonna be real. I've never heard of this man. You're right. He is a rookie. So perhaps the second place, the only other 99 spot is deserved. But I mean, I think it's a bit high considering that he's likely going to be a role player, at least for this season. I mean, who knows what the future brings? But um, I mean, perhaps, and also it's probably because he's like a one-trick pony type, you know. Um, like dunking his verticals is saying. I would move Asar up one spot. You're right. Cameron Carr, if I remember correctly, he was the one that won the dunk contest, or he at least participated in it.
He
He's the one that did
participated.
the. Um, I would put Anthony Edwards above him. Donovan Mitchell at 6 is fine. I would Andrew Wiggins, John Morant. Obviously, I would want John Morant at least above Andrew Wiggins, I'd say. But I mean, it's fair to say this is going to be a very interesting season upcoming for him. He had a very weak one last year, and who knows how much better, if at all, he'll do with the Blazers as a bounce back. And then I think Zach LaVine and Zion should move out of the list. Um, you're right about like the injury problems and just the fact how the Pelicans have been treating him. But I mean, it's 2K. It's kind of treating the players as if at their top potential at what they could be at the now
Yeah,
is like Zion could have a really good season. If like
he
injuries
is
doesn't if
stay healthy.
kind of like all the injury prone players like Ja and Zion and Zach LaVine, I guess. Like if they played all 82 games and had a great season, then I mean, hell yeah, they deserve that spot. But again, real life it's different. Um, Honestly, fan bias speaking here, but I would move Shaden Sharp instead. I think I
Well,
think he's gonna have.
the fact that he's not even on this list is kind of criminal, don't you
It is kind
think?
of crazy. I would move him below Ja, but like I'd probably take Zach LaVine out or something. Like, um, and then put Shaden Sharp at the 10.
Yeah,
Uh, but I think he's gonna have. I think he. I mean, it's difficult because the guard rotations, but I mean, it's probably gonna be a deal where he doesn't play that many minutes like he did at the very end when he recovered from the injury last year.
yeah,
But still plays very well.
yeah.
I'm surprised that he hasn't been traded yet. But
No, especially
he should be in that top 10 because again, can I like to consider it's 2K full potential. Shane Sharp could have a really great ass season,
yeah,
but
true, and
considering his circumstances, it's probably not going to happen.
true. I mean, and that makes me question now. What's his rating going to be for standing dunk and
Well, I mean,
everything else?
this list is for. I'm assuming this list is like purely verticals, right? It's not
Yeah,
specifically. Yeah, okay. Which I mean, that is. that is what dunking is. It's like how bouncy are you? That's what people like to say.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Jaws 97, so we'll
and
take it.
also I might verticals typically line up with like your driving dunk because most of these
Yeah.
people are guards.
Yep.
There are a couple bigs in this list, but it's mostly guards. Which I mean, in my opinion, I think guards make the better dunks than like your Victor Wembanyama's out there. I think we can all agree that you don't see Shaq participating in the dunk contest. I might be wrong. That might have
No.
happened, but um, you get my point.
Yeah. I do hope that Shaden Sharp does participate in this year's All Star Dunk Contest because
Yeah, I
he was
think it's
nominated for the last couple of years, but he has declined the invitation. So I'm hoping he accepts.
no, I mean that's on him, but um, yeah. So too, I guess whenever the full ratings releases, I guess we'll look into that. I do want to. I don't know how factual this is, but I've been looking at posts. I've been scrolling. I've been reading your thing. I was right. The ratings have inflated for the 3-pointer
Yeah.
because believe it or not, I've been seeing Damian Lillard is not even in the top 10 last year, which makes
Wow.
sense. He was out for injury,
Yeah.
and the second highest is a 91. So
Mm,
uh, just keep that in mind. So my hunch was correct. They are inflating the rating.
that's 2K for you. They're well known for doing that.
They're gonna keep doing that, and
Yeah.
then nothing else is gonna change with their games.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll throw this into mention. The Blazers finally picked out their last guy for a roster spot, and it was Jeremy Shohan, the reigning one half of the reigning defending champs of the New York Knicks. His story's interesting. I only say that because he was with the Spurs until February of last season. He gets cut by the Spurs, and guess who picks him up about a
It
week
was the
later?
New York Knicks.
It was the Knicks, and he goes on to win what? An NBA title. And then Portland's Jim Cronin calls New York up and says, "We'll take him." And so the next thing you know, within the hour, I already saw like a pictures of him at the training facility, and I'm like, "Damn, that was whipping fast." And then an hour later is when Shams tweeted about the signing, and I'm like, "What?"
The Blazers media like leaked it beforehand.
Yes, exactly.
That's funny.
That
I
is
just
very
saw.
funny.
I just got the notification from Shams.
Oh yeah. Like let me give a rundown of what his stats were last season. It's not great, but this is a guy who was coming off the bench.
Yeah, this is our 15th player,
This is our
so
15th player.
they don't expect excellence out of him.
Yeah, 3.6 points per game, 2.4 rebounds. This is all last season, zero point 0.9 assists, and shot about 50% from the field goal percentage. So, I mean, it's not bad, but like
No,
interesting.
I guess I'll say my thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't mind this pickup championship roster. That's always a green flag for a player who's likely to be like a layer 3 depth chart type of player.
Mm-hmm.
His stats are fine. I don't expect it. I don't think it's gonna make or break the roster. It would have been lovely to get another like Vit Krejci type of guy who can shoot, because this guy has a 24% 3-point rating, and we've been signing a lot of like power forwards whose like main thing is defense. Which I mean that's fine. At the moment, our team identity is like defense.
Yeah.
And that's what led us to success last year. But I mean, we haven't really gotten rid of that many of our players. Like the only time we actively got rid of players was the Jaw trade, and it was Jeremy Grant, who I mean it was like the 3-and-D guy, which would work on this roster right now if he were to somehow come back, and then Chris Murray, which whatever. But
Wasn't
I
by
think
much.
I would have loved another, like I said, Vit type of guy who is a like shooting guard small forward, because we have a lot of centers and power forwards whose main thing is defense.
Yeah.
Just the that's my opinion, but I mean, for what we got, I think this is fine. Like I don't mind this pickup at all. This is the point where it's like guys who's most likely gonna never start a game. Well, yeah, obviously never start a game unless we get really shitty with injuries. But like, it's not gonna make or break the game or the season. I was holding out hope for a Trey Murphy trade, and at this point, I'm like,
That's
it's
not
probably
gonna
not gonna happen. But I mean, Damian Lillard got traded in September. It's like 2 weeks before the preseason started. So I mean,
True,
I can
so
hold
there's
out
still
hope.
time. There's still time for that. True, true, true,
There's
true.
still time. Now the question is, who would we give up if we were to somehow do it? Because that's the only player left in the acquirable like star pool that would make sense and could happen.
Would be trading Shin Sharp.
I would imagine we'd be trading Shaden Sharp.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the guys we just signed. Although I don't know if that's allowed in the league.
No, because
Maybe some salary filler.
There has to be
and
a
then
deadline process for that.
and probably 3 picks, which by this point I don't even think it's worth it. I wouldn't give up any more than 2 picks for a trade this later.
Would you give them 2 first rounders, or if you're the GM?
If we were to somehow make a swing for a player on the caliber of Trey Murphy, which he's a great player.
Yeah.
I would give up no more than 2 first rounds and maybe a second rounder.
Okay.
I saw reports by the end of like last month or sometime. I think it was during the period where trades and signings was more common, like early July, where I think the Pelicans wanted to sell him for 3 first rounders, which that's a bit high.
Yeah, I saw that they even went for 4 first rounders at one point, and then they lowered their asking price from 4 to 3, then 3 to 2. So it's still realistically we could get him, but that's if Portland really wants to pull the trigger.
I think it's worth taking the risk. We could even give up we could do like the Orlando and the like one of the Milwaukee picks. Like I think that's a fair draft capital package to get Trey Murphy. Yeah. Because the Portland Trailblazers draft situation is actually pretty good. We have the Milwaukee picks. We have our picks. We have our picks for most of the upcoming years.
We got Boston's picks.
We got the Orlando pick from the Young Hansen trade.
Got the Orlando pick. Yeah.
I think we got a couple other random second rounders from other trades.
Yeah.
So even if the current iteration of the roster doesn't work out, we still have picks in the future we could draft from. Or perhaps in a year's time during the next offseason, whatever may pop up during that time, we could use to buy in the star market. Although it feels like the same story every year.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, we'll see what happens. Welcome Jeremy Shohan to the Portland Trailblazers and your championship experience of winning the title with the New York Knicks. We'll take it right now for the rest of this episode to football. I'm going to show my wonderful co-host Oliver here. This is something that I pulled up because I saw a list here earlier, and I just want your reaction to this. So Bleacher Report sent out a tweet earlier, like 5 hours ago, and we haven't even started the regular season yet, and as you guys know, he's a 49ers fan. And you might know where I'm going with this. When I saw this list, it looked incredibly concerning. I was like, "Shit, that many injuries already?" Yeah, look how many injuries that is in the span.
I've read about 3 injuries that's happened in the past week, and I'm like, they're at this point they're all kind of blending into each other.
Yeah, let's look at this timeline, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start it off. Brandon Ayuk, who's been on the reserve list for quite some time, he's been bitching and wanting to go to Washington, but it's not happening because he has not wanted to make contact to Kyle Shanahan or John Lynch. George Kittle is still recovering from the Achilles, but he's actually practicing in team practice, so he's looking to start week 1, which
he's making slow progress,
which is great. We talked about this about 2 weeks ago when it happened.
Talked about
Kyle Shanahan
and
car accident.
All the falling happened after that within 2 weeks.
Yep. We have some rookies here. Andrew Farmer, back injury. Grace Hamilton, knee bruise. Vedran lower ankle. We got Malik Muspa, hamstring. Keon White, abductor. Kamara knee. Black abductor. Jesus Christ. James Jordan rib. Christian Kirk calf injury. Ricky Pearsall knee surgery. Or, well, he just had knee surgery. So
Knee or injury.
knee injury, but he's out for the rest of the season. So that's great. Dijon Sterling hamstring injury. And then just today, Mike Evans has a quad sprain, but he's looking to make it back around week 1, so there's no worry with Mike Evans at least. But yeah, Oliver, what do you think about this list of injuries? And do you think the 49ers are going to do a trade for another wide receiver before the trade deadline?
Well, I mean, it sucks. It's a story we've all seen before.
Yes.
So in that regard, it sucks. I've said this; they're all kind of blending together. Um, like it's kind of like an oh whatever. I'm used to this type of moment. Uh, I think at this point we should just trade for a wide receiver. I wouldn't give up all that much. Just someone who we don't need to go like big star hunting or anything. We just need to get a competent wide receiver that will at least like I guess push back. I don't know. I had a brain fart moment, but like make up for the injuries that's happened. Um,
Because at this rate, Brock Purdy barely has weapons on the offense. Like
yeah,
you have, you have, you have an aging Mike Evans, but he can still. I still have confidence that he can put up. He could still be 1,000-yard receiver this season. So you got him. You got returning George Kittle, which he's looked. I've seen some clips of him at training camp. He's looked great.
yeah, he's
So
been doing.
he's coming
He'll
back.
come back. I think he'll come back soon, and that'll be better for us.
And Christian Kirk will be coming back, I believe, mid-season at this rate, is what I've been hearing, but we'll see. So it's all about that
So I
third wide
mean,
receiver.
my thing is we've had the same problem for a while. We had the same problem last year where we came into the season with a lot of the team injured, and yet we still made the playoffs and made it past
Also
round
true.
one.
Yeah,
So
made it to the
I'm
division.
still hopeful that um we could outperform and make the playoffs again. In which case, hopefully, like Kittle, everyone else, perhaps Ricky Pearsall, whatever, if that's even possible, will recover and we can make a playoff. We can make a playoff run there. I'm still trying to win now. I mean, the team's still young.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're running out of time. But I mean, I would make small splashes in the trade market. I wouldn't like sell the future or anything to go star hunting, but I would want to just fill out the roster this time, perhaps with like players who are known to withstand injury or with like have good bodies, you know. Like I'm not a football trainer or a doctor or anything, but it
No.
makes me wonder what this San Francisco medical office is looking like. Like, are they doing something wrong or is it just bad luck? And if they're doing something wrong, then I'd lean a little bit more heavily into fixing that.
Yeah. Well, we could only wish for the recovery of most of these 49ers.
I
I know they've had their bright shining moments, and like you said, they did make it the divisional round last season. So I am hopeful that they can come out of it and be
yeah,
like and be
I
like
just
we can show off again.
no more, please, no more.
Yes.
I've been seeing people say, "Oh, this means CMC's gonna have a monster season," because that's typically what happens.
Yeah.
It's been stealing the power from everyone.
True, true. I mean, we can only see. I mean, he's how old is he? In his
He's getting older.
he's getting older. Yeah,
I think he's like entering his like early 30s.
maybe
Let me look it up. He's 30 years old.
he's 30. Makes sense.
If he stays healthy, I'm chilling. Injuries are unpredictable, and really, there's not much that anyone can do about it.
Yeah.
Compared to other aspects of football.
True. I also, another thing from Bleacher Report, they released their top 10 NFL quarterbacks for this upcoming season, according to their list, and I'm going to read them out, and I want to see what you think, if there should be any switching around, or if this list seems just perfect. All right, we're going to start off with top 5, or we're going to read, I'm going to read the top 10, but...
Yeah, read the top 10.
Read the top 10, but here we go. At number 1, the reigning defending Super Bowl not champion, excuse me, reigning MVP of the regular season, Matthew Stafford. He is number 1, followed by Josh Allen, which I think is interesting. Josh Allen, but then again, he won MVP this season prior, and he did okay in the playoffs. Number 3, got Justin Herbert. Go figure. Number 4, my QB Patrick Mahomes, and this is a guy coming off of a ACL PCP injury or something like that. So I'll make comments on that in a second, but I scrolled too far. But going now into this rest of this list, number 6. Where's number 5?
The list, I looked it up. The list is formatted weirdly.
Yeah, I got you. Number 5, Joe Burrow. Number 6, Drake May. Number 7, Lamar Jackson. Number 8, Dak Prescott. Number 9, Jordan Love. And to round out the top 10, Brock Purdy. So do you think that some of these quarterbacks should be higher, lower? What do you think?
Okay, I'll start at 1. Matthew Stafford deserves number 1. I think Josh Allen deserves number 2. Justin Herbert, he's good. I would probably keep him top 5. I would probably move him to 5 and either replace him with Joe Burrow or move Mahomes up to 3. I would move Mahomes up to 3 if he's back, like
how he was before the injury.
It by game 1. But if he's still like rusty and stuff, I mean, he should still not be top 3. But I mean, again, we'll have to wait until opening night, whatever. Drake May 6, I think that's fine. Lamar Jackson number 7. He's the Ravens and him have been known to choke, but on skill, I think I'm fine with number 7.
Anyways, yeah.
Dak Prescott at 8. I would probably move him down to 10, and I'm Jordan Love at 9. I think that's fine. I'd move Brock Purdy up to the 8 or 7.
Okay.
But again, I mean, that's fan bias, likely speaking. There, he doesn't get much he doesn't get much help offensively, so that's part of it. But again, I would probably move him up to 8 or 7.
Yeah.
So if I had to do my list, I think going backwards, Stafford, Allen, either Burrow or Mahomes. Actually, okay, let me restart. Stafford, Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Drake May, Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love. That's my list. Or I would replace. I'd move Jordan Love and Dak Prescott. There we go.
Okay.
That's my list.
Okay, here's my list real fast. Stafford, Allen, Mahomes, so mostly agreeing with what you're saying so far.
Yeah.
I would see, it's hard for me to put Lamar and Herbert at 4 because I'm taking the aspect of who went further into the playoffs. So with that being said, I'm gonna go Lamar. I'm gonna go Jackson. So Lamar at 4. I'm going to put Herbert at 5. 6, yeah, Drake May makes sense. I'll keep him at 6. I would move Dak Prescott to 7. Jordan Love, I would move to 10. So yeah, I agree with that. 10, and then Brock Purdy. Did Brock Purdy ever get injured last season, or did he play all the games?
He did miss, I think, the middle chunk of the season.
Okay. Oh yeah, and then Mac Jones came in. Okay, I got it. So, just to repeat, Stafford, Allen, Mahomes, Jackson, Herbert. Oh, I forgot about Burrow, May. So May is going to be moved down to 7. And then 8, I'm going to say for number 8, Dak Prescott makes sense, so he'll stay the same. I would move Brock Purdy to 9, and Jordan Love goes to 10.
That's a fair list.
That's my list, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Bleacher Report did a good job. Yeah. And I
just want to point out a few quarterbacks here that aren't mentioned in the top 10 that I think had some pretty good seasons or flashes last season. One of them has to be Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, I would say from week 6 last season to the end, basically to into the playoffs, amazing. Especially under Liam Cohen. Are you kidding me? Man, I feel like he should have been at least talked about in the top 10 or been like an honorable mention, but he had a really good season last year. Caleb Williams is another one. I mean, this is a guy who had his flashes in the playoffs and helped lead the Bears to their first playoff berth and God knows how long. So I'll give him credit. He is the Iceman after all, but that's a name that I would throw out there. The fact that they put Sam Darnold, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, at 15, I think is a little disrespectful.
It's a little bit low. I would agree.
I would say he should be where Trevor Lawrence is at 12, personally.
He wouldn't crack the top 10. If anything, like, if we were to be really forgiving, he would be exactly 10, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially with how his story played out going into the Super Bowl, being doubted his whole entire career, and then he goes on the big stage and whoops some candy ass. Goes to show you that he can be at best a top 10 quarterback, but I can see how there could be some concerns regarding that because of the whole fumble aspect of losing the ball and all that.
Yep.
That's if the line just becomes reckless. But I think he can strongly become a top 10 quarterback. I mean, he's playing in a great offense. He's going to be playing a great offense with Mike McDonald. Yes, Clint Kubiak's not there anymore, but I think Seattle can, Seattle's still going to be Seattle, and I obviously don't see them repeating as Super Bowl champions, but they are a team that can whip some ass. Like, why do you think when both me and Oliver did our ranking for our schedules before preseason, starts, we both had us losing to Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle's the best. Seattle's a really well-run team. That's why they won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And I mean, they didn't lose that. They might have lost like a couple big names, but I mean, they're still the best. They're still a top team.
Top 10.
And even though the Rams look hella scary, they could still win the division and have a harder time running it back. Like, they're probably not going to be number 1 seed.
No. But they'll be top 5.
They'll be
top 5.
They'll for sure make the playoffs. So yeah.
Yeah. Another quarterback I'll mention in there is Bo Nix. He played amazing before the injury. 11. He's number 11. I think that's reasonable just because, I mean, he would have been top 10 if he had pushed the Broncos past, obviously, the championship game, but obviously that did not go to reality, and so then Patriots punched their ticket to the big dance, where they got their asses handed belt to ass by the Seahawks. So, yeah, well, I think the Broncos, I think I said this before, I think my Chiefs are going to split the division with them. We're going to take one, they take one in their home turf. That's just how I see it. I see that we're going to mostly split the division wins with our rivals. We just don't talk about the Raiders. They're not a team that's going to be competing.
No, they're not.
Us. It's going to take longer for them to compete with us. Like, a friend of mine said that, the AFC West is one of the hardest divisions to play football in. And I said, yeah, that's true. I mean, you got the Broncos defense, immaculate. You got, Kansas City Mahomes still doing their thing. And then you got the Chargers on the upcoming, on the up and up. And then they had joked and said, yeah, all 3 of them are great. We just don't mention the Raiders. They're non-existent. I even argued that the division that the Packers, Lions, Vikings, and there's another team I'm forgetting in there that's in that division alone is also pretty tough in the NFC.
Yeah.
Between the NFC North. So yeah.
Yeah, NFC North. I mean, that's 4 good teams.
Yeah, the Bears. Okay, that's the other team I was forgetting. So yeah, Packers, Bears, Lions, Vikings. Yeah. So the NFC North, that's going to be tough. I would even argue that the NFC West is also pretty tough to play in with the 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, and then we just don't mention the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So that's pretty stuff. But otherwise, the Bleacher Report did pretty all right.
I think the Bleacher Report, I think, was correct.
Okay.
Good job. Good job to them.
Good job to them. All right. Can you turn back to basketball real quick? I have it on the dock here, but
yeah, we'll take a quick basketball detour again.
Yeah. Wonderful viewers, me and Oliver had been talking about going to a Portland Fire game, our previous episode before recording this one, and here's our conclusion on that. I will give mine first. Man, was that an amazing game.
It was a good game, yeah.
If you take the whole booing aspect out of it, it was amazing. There was even one point where I thought we could have came back and, fought and won, and that was like going into halftime, obviously. There's a part of me that knew that Indiana was going to win, but I had some glimmer of hope. Oh my god, I remember it. I think I was turning over talking to you about something, and then I turned back quickly, and I see Caitlin Clark is already halfway up the court, and there's like 1.3 seconds left in the first quarter, and all of a sudden, we're like, oh yeah, this isn't going to go in. But then we realize it's Caitlin Clark. You cannot doubt her three-point range. And so our defenders backed off of her, and she pulls that sucker from half. And I was like, that's not going in. And then it went in. And I'm like, what?
It was quite the moment. I remember, like, brief recap. Versus Indiana Fever. It was last Friday. That first quarter was pretty all right for the Fire.
Yeah.
We kept it close most of the time. Although I think it was like in the middle of the quarter and they did build a little bit of a lead, but we did come back and we ended what I thought would end the quarter with a 3-pointer. But then they still had like 6 seconds to go up the court. They gave it to Caitlin Clark. It wasn't exactly half court, but it was still pretty deep. The defenders backed off of her. And then she just kind of shot that from like the corner almost, banks it in, and it was an and one, but the shot they never ended up shooting it. They overturned that. So they ended up with the lead after that, and then from there it became a little bit out of reach. We ended half. I think like a 9-point deficit or something.
Yeah.
Things got even worse in the third quarter. Like by this point, they were given the Fire a lot of free throws. It wasn't like a lopsided officiating game. Like, I'm not one to complain about refs, but I mean, Caitlin Clark, I think, shot like 14 free throws that game.
She shot a lot.
By like the middle of the fourth quarter, we were building a little bit of steam. The crowd was getting hype. We were all starting to get ready. And then at one point, we were down by 7 with, I think, like 2.5 minutes to go. On the Fever's end of the court, Caitlin Clark drew an offensive foul and was almost going to turn over the ball. But then after like a 5-minute session of the refs interviewing, holy wow, revealing the play, they ended up overturning it and they got the ball instead. And I think they got like a quick 2 off, and from there it was out of reach. We didn't win the game. We ended up losing by I think like 11 points or something like that. And fun fact, you probably know this, but I didn't learn about this until after. Caitlin Clark registered her 4th career triple-double during that game. Because by the time the game got out of reach, like I saw people discussing this online where like Caitlin Clark was still getting a lot of time with the ball, still like scoring and assisting quick points and whatnot, rather than like just dribbling the ball. And I mean, the Fire were fighting through it till the very last second. And it was a great game. I really enjoyed it. And the other thing is that it was the highest selling Fire game in franchise history. Every seat, they were talking about this during the game. Every seat was sold, and I think they sold some standing room only seats too.
Yeah.
And that goes to show how popular the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like I have to mention this just because of how funny the moment was. I remember sitting down and you were reacting to Caitlin Clark being at the free throw line because of that offensive foul, and whoever controlled the camera inside the arena. Oh my god. Gold star to you. That was hilarious. He pans over with the camera at the wrong time towards the crowd while the refs are still reviewing the foul. And right as Caitlin Clark was about to shoot the first free throw, camera turns right back to the crowd and shows the tiny child. And I'm like, oh, no, this is gonna backfire
Yeah,
horribly. And next thing you know,
I do remember.
I
And
remember
everyone started booing a child, and you were like, "Why
everyone
would you
said,
boo a child?" I was like, "I didn't see that coming."
I thought it was hilarious. I was
So yeah,
telling. I went over to him like, imagine booing a child. I don't think you saw, but the ladies that were sitting next to us, one of them looked over at me and shrugged and said, "Hmm."
oh, I
I
don't
was like,
remember that.
Hmm. Then she looked back at the court, and I was like, oh my god, that could have been the worst time they could have showed a little child about when Caitlin Clark's going the free throw line, and everyone that's a Fire fan, was despising her.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
it was a great game. Going back to
was
what I said earlier, sold out crowd.
so like
The Fire or not? Oh my God, the Fever. They have similar names. The Fever. Is definitely like top three, possibly top one most popular team. I think that's proven in data that like Caitlin Clark at the moment is the most popular WNBA player.
yeah,
I've like she brings in a lot of the viewership increases by a significant amount whenever she's on the court.
yep,
Um,
definitely
and that
it's
translates in
improvement.
arena because it wasn't like super it wasn't super lopsided, at least from what I noticed. Or actually no, I take that back. It was pretty lopsided. It wasn't
Hyper
like
upside.
it wasn't like the Fever fans were like overtaking the Fire fans. Like it still felt like a home game for sure. But there were a lot of Fever fans there, and I remember like where we were sitting, there's like a group of like little girls sitting like behind us who were dead silent the entire time, unless if Caitlin Clark did literally anything. And it was cute and it was pretty funny. Uh,
Yeah,
I remember. I don't think you were quite there yet, but when they were doing player introductions, you know how they introduce the away team first, like
yes,
over the intercom, and then there's the whole show for the home team.
yeah,
When they're revealing the Fever, I've never heard the arena cheer so loud for
Caitlin Clark.
anything. No, like they cheered for the entire Fever team.
Oh wow, oh, shit.
Although, well, I mean, it was obviously the very loudest during Caitlin Clark, but like it rivaled the levels of how loud it is during the actual like player introductions for the home team.
Yeah,
Like it was kind of it was unbelievable. And yeah, I mean, tough loss, but really really fun game,
it
and
was
it makes me like I was discussing this with you like last season during the NBA season
playoffs.
we went to a lot of different games,
Yeah,
but most of them for
wasn't
like
packed
smaller
out.
market teams,
Yeah,
and it makes me wanna try something new for the new season coming up.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
going like to like two or three like big market games.
like, do you remember when we went to the playoff game and how packed that was?
Yeah, that
Because San Antonio is a big
the,
market.
yeah. I mean, technically they're a small market team, but they're a successful franchise. I guess that's the metric I should use, like successful franchises or franchises that are expected to be good. Like we saw a lot of teams. I mean, it's not like we saw like all the worst teams. Like we saw some pretty damn good teams last year.
Yeah, Hornets
Like I
at the time.
like the best team I think we saw during the regular season. It might have been the Raptors.
Raptors. I didn't go to that game. You
It
would
was either the Raptors or the Sixers.
Sixers. I went to you guys with. I think that was was that on my birthday?
It was around your birthday, yeah.
On my birthday, yeah.
Point
You
stands. Um, I might. That's just a personal. It's just an extra way to look at attending a sports game because
yeah, man, it's
it was my
great.
first experience in a while going to
The sold out
a
moto.
sports game where one of the players on the opposing team is like mega famous. Like It makes me want to
Ooh,
imagine,
famous.
like, if we were to somehow go at a 76ers game, like, how much crazier would that be? Seeing
Boy.
seeing LeBron and Jalen Brown and a couple former Blazers too. You got to consider that. Caleb Love, Anthony Simons, Ryan Rupert.
Yeah.
Like when they go back to the Moda Center, that'll be their first time. Well, not for Anthony, but for the other two, it would be their first times back in the Moda Center since they first left.
True.
So
Very true.
it would be an insane experience.
True. And I should mention this that half of the crowd obviously was booing, but that was because of Sophie Cunningham
Oh
and
yeah, the
the
whole
the whole
Sophie Cunningham
her whole views
remarks.
on a political issue. I won't get into the political
This isn't a
issue.
politics podcast.
No, but I will say that it was kind of disappointing to see half of the arena boo just because of a political issue, and that I'm there to watch a wonderful game.
Yeah,
So if I take that aspect of the booing out of it and since we're just talking about the game was great.
yeah, and I guess I'll
So
mention it right now. Like I think because again, this isn't a politics podcast, but I mean, I did resonate with the opposite of what Sophie Cunningham said. This is Portland. You could probably expect it, but
yeah,
like I could feel there's a tension I think surrounding that arena that I haven't really felt in other games. Like not even like the playoff game versus the Spurs, because it was simply just a sports rivalry. But like I saw discussion around this before the game and even after the game of people like bringing in like trans flags and whatnot
which have the crowd
and
cheered
just
for that, by
like
the way.
protesting and stuff like that during the game. And I think there were clearly like I saw a post of like I don't want to describe what happened, but I just want to say I read about some sort of like hostile interaction that happened at the Moda Center. Obviously, I wasn't aware of it while it happened, but there was a tension there that I haven't felt before. And I mean, that's not necessarily a good thing, but I think the atmosphere, like the game atmosphere, basketball related, outweighed it, and I still had a great time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would definitely buy tickets again to watch the Fever, and hopefully actually get there earlier enough to have Caitlin Clark autograph something possibly.
Oh yeah. We were trying to go to the player tunnel, and this is the first time I think this is the first time I've tried to rush the player tunnel after a game. I've done it plenty of times before, but obviously the rush of people trying to get home, like I think only the people that sat there had a chance. So
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe that's an excuse to get better tickets in the future, but
yeah. I'll have to snipe tickets over there next time.
yeah, we'll see what future game day experiences look like. Whatever we end up doing, we are getting somewhat close to the end of the WNBA season. Like the trade deadline, I think is by the end of this week for the WNBA. We might have stuff to report on that
Kelsey Plum got traded from the Spark
from the Sparks. Yeah,
to the Mercury. That's a
yes.
recent trade that happened.
Maybe we can cover it in more detail, but yeah. Perhaps I guess we'll have to wait and see what the future brings. But it was a good game.
Definitely. And we'll move on to our last thing of the podcast is this wonderful game called 17 and 0. It's another football thing. So it's kind of like NBA. It was kind of like Airball, like I showed you last time, but this is football version. So do we want to do we'll do a head to head. We'll do it quickly. And this is picking all offense, by the way, no defense. And you get one
Yeah,
reroll. Get
we
one
could we
reroll.
could. I'll say this right now. I don't. This is one of those where it's like you spin a random team in error, right? Or is
Yes,
it something different? Okay.
Rantin
Um,
Ramera.
I say we co-op this
Okay.
just because I don't think I nearly have a grasp at football history across all eras, across all teams, where I
Okay.
could particularly build a great team. But I mean, I guess it's the luck of the draw, you know.
True. True.
So yeah, let's
Okay.
co-op this. I have
So So you get one reroll, you get one scouting pick, which means you get to see the stats of that player from that particular year, and so forth, so on. And you get to choose a quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, your flex wide receiver or flex whatever, and a tight end. And I think did I already say running back? But yeah. Yeah, so do we want to do all time, modern, 2010s, 2000s, or 90s? I'm guessing you just want to do
Probably modern or all time.
all
Either
time.
works.
Okay, we'll do
I don't
all
want to do
time.
some like random era from before I was born.
Okay, so all time then. All
Yeah.
right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First team up is the Arizona Cardinals of 1996. Oh boy.
All right, yeah, this is gonna be a tough challenge.
Boomer Esiason, Leon Johnson, Larry Centers, Kent Graham. I don't want to use our quarterback card
No, I
early.
want to wait out for like a superstar quarterback. I would
Do we pick
I
up a
would
tight end here?
probably yeah, we could take one of the tight ends. Or I
Okay,
guess that's the only tight end option.
Pat Carter.
Pat Carter. Welcome to the team, buddy.
Okay, Pat Carter. Uh, Browns,
86
1986.
Browns.
Bernie Kosar was actually, fun fact, was the last ever quarterback that helped lead the Browns to the playoffs before 2017 with Baker Mayfield.
Is that enough of a stat to consider him to be the quarterback for this team?
Probably not. But
Um,
so we could
although I
do,
fear like this is like specific seasons. It's not decades.
yeah.
So I don't know.
We could also use our flex already and do Ozzie Newsome. He was a good tight end.
Yeah, sure. We'll give it a shot. It feels weird to use it this early though. 2016 Dolphins. This wasn't a good team, was it?
No, Ryan Tannehill, Jarvis Landry,
I think
and
we should take one of the wide receivers. I think.
Okay, Jarvis
Right,
Landry.
Jarvis. Yeah, I'll take Jarvis.
Saints 2014.
Drew Brees.
Oh, I think we have to go Drew Brees here.
Yeah, I I fear that we gotta play it safe.
Yeah.
This might not be a 17-0 team, but whatever.
2014
Okay.
Texans. Okay, hold on. The Texans were cooking in 2014. We do have a scouting card, and we could use that to see who is
Like
the
the stats.
better. Yeah, to see who the better wide receiver was between Andre Johnson and D Hop. Do you want to use
Okay.
it? You want
Yeah,
to
we can
use it?
use it.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah. I thought D Hop would be the better one.
D Hop's the better one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's take him.
D Hop it is. Okay, so Jarvis Landry, D Hopper, wide receivers. Now we need some running backs. Le'Veon Bell.
That's the only pick. That's the only one we can get. We need a good running back. Come on.
All right, last pick, Billy Sims.
Billy Sims. Okay.
We have one more reroll. Do you want to use it?
I think we should. I guess for the love of the game, why not? Because I don't know, fucking Jack. He was an all right quarterback.
Matt
Just a couple years too early. Yeah, let's take him.
12-5.
Okay, that's like we could try this again. We'll do another round.
We'll do one more round.
I'm happy.
Oh, and by the way, Le'Veon Bell had first team All Pro. All right.
Sweet.
1,291 rushing yards. Okay. Let's try this again. See if we can get a better record than 12-5.
Run it back.
All right. First team up. Colts, 1990s. Oh, this is before Peyton Manning. Damn it.
That's unlucky.
And this is towards the end of Eric Dickerson's career.
So he'll be like old. So his stats might not be nearly as good.
Yeah.
Should we still take him or take one of these other randoms?
I would say just play it safe. We'll just take Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, let's take him.
Second team, Green Bay, 1988.
Green Bay, 1988.
Brett Favre.
Could we wait out for a better QB? We didn't get a better. Well, they didn't show us the options, but we didn't get a better QB last time.
Okay, so we could take a tight end or another running back.
I think we should take one of the tight ends.
So Mark Chuma or Tyrone Davis.
I think Chamora.
Chamora?
Okay. Yeah, I think he was a little bit better.
2012 San Diego Chargers. Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers.
There's a dog.
Prime Philip Rivers. I'm all right with that.
All right, we also got Antonio Gates. He is an amazing tight end as well.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. I want to Gates actually.
Antonio Gates.
We're filling up our tight ends early, but I'm all right with that. Okay. Matthew Stafford.
Oh,
that's young
no,
Stafford.
Wait. I think we can hold out for another quarterback because
that's young Stafford.
We have Calvin Johnson.
Oh shit, we have Calvin Johnson. Yeah, take him.
Let's take him.
Okay, that was a good roll.
First team All Pro, by the way. New England. Yes!
Tom Brady.
Yes, let's go. Okay, good direction so far. I'm liking this.
That's young Brady, but it's Tom Brady.
Okay. Yes. Oh my God.
Randy Moss. Okay. Good final stretch.
All right, our last pick is Tony Richardson from the 2000 Kansas City Chiefs. We could also use our reroll, or we could see this. Well, let's use this now. Okay, so he averaged 607 rushing yards.
I think we could do better than that.
Okay, so you want to risk the reroll?
Yeah, I want to risk the aura.
Last team, 2012 Dallas Cowboys. Okay, DeMarco Murray was a dog.
DeMarco Murray is probably better.
Okay, before I click it and it does it for the final time, what do we think this team overall is going to be in terms of record? Do we think this is 17-0 or like 14-3?
Maybe not 17-0, but I think this could definitely be like a only 2 or 3 loss team.
Like oh my God, just like this team is great. I mean, you got Brady.
They had the GOAT on our team.
You got the GOAT, who, by the way, it's his birthday today. Shout out to the
happy
GOAT.
Birthday, Tom Brady.
We got Eric Dickerson towards the back end of his career, but I mean, it's still Eric Dickerson. We couldn't have got any luckier with and Randy Moss. We couldn't have got any luckier with our wide receivers. And then we got Antonio Gates as our flex tight end, so we could substitute Mark Chuma out.
Yeah, and I mean that's the weak link of a roster, but I mean, train each other out. I don't mind at all.
All right, our final record with DeMarco Murray is 11-6.
Worse.
How? Okay,
maybe it's like complicated, like fit type stuff.
So Brady threw for over 2,843 passing yards, 18 TDs, QBR rating of 86.5. He rushed for 43. Okay. Oh yeah, Eric. Wait, what?
Okay, yeah. Dickerson was washed.
DeMarco Murray was okay. Calvin Johnson almost had 2,000 receiving yards. Holy crap! 5 touchdowns and 16.1 average rating. Oh my lord. Okay, Randy Moss. Oh, this is towards the end of his tenure with Minnesota. Okay, so this would have been if it was 98.
Okay.
Minnesota, then yeah.
So, pretty much, this would have been a great team if everyone was in their prime. Because we either got a bunch of players that's too young or too old.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then, fair enough.
Yeah, 11-6, not bad.
Yeah, okay. That's all the topics of today.
Those are all the topics of today. We will catch you with another episode, hopefully this Sunday if none of us are busy again.
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
We'll see.
I will mention this local Portland thing. Sunday is the closing of Lloyd Center. And I might have to hop in. I'm going. Whenever we get that new episode, we'll upload it straight for you.
Yeah. I'll mention this now. I'm thinking about going Wednesday, so if you want to go Wednesday, we could, but that's up to you.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a wonderful episode. It was mostly football heavy, but what you have to realize, wonderful viewers, is preseason and the NFL's
Preseason starts this weekend, I believe.
The Hall of Fame game starts actually this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
So that's right around the corner. So, yeah, I'm getting very excited for football. Don't be surprised if I start wearing a bunch of more Kansas City Chiefs hats, you know.
I don't blame you.
For my team, and then you wearing some 49ers gear. I can't blame you either.
Buy some.
You can buy some, yeah. So, yeah, that was it for a wonderful episode. Thank you guys for listening. I'm your host, Dak.
And I'm Oliver.
And we'll see you guys next time for another edition of the OD Sportscast.
Bye.